Biz always says every time you give him a microphone in a public place, which I'm not allowed to say on the air. You could say it on the Tony Rizzo show on YouTube at 8 a.m., Chris. Bleep the Steelers. You know what the Browns did today? With Pittsburgh needing that win to win the AFC North, the Browns literally and figuratively bleep the Steelers.
Think of how different now the trajectory of this franchise is because of this win. You fall back in the draft order. You're not in position to take either Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore.
Yeah. I mean, you may be if you decide you love them and you want to trade up. It's a conversation for a different day. But the notion of just turning in the card for one of those quarterbacks, Chris, is probably...
And so, here we are once more, returning with yet another Greetings from the Dark Times channel once again. Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns won today, as everyone is aware. However, it turns out that many Cleveland Browns supporters are still unhappy.
We still don't have a quarterback. Did you guys see the throw Shedeur made? Going backwards, up in the air when we have a lead. He doesn't understand to take care of the ball.
Slow down. Did you see the way he started the game, though? You know, right now...
He went like 3 for 12 with 2 interceptions like the rest of the game. I don't know what you guys are seeing.
But who was the better quarterback today? Now, you don't want to answer that question. Because Shedeur Sanders was the better quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old.
Shedeur Sanders was therefore not flawless, as we are all aware. I don't think anyone anticipated the performance to be flawless, and it wasn't. He was facing the most expensive defense, and it was a game against a rival division. Therefore, as a rookie, he was facing a driven defense. So I don't think anyone anticipated that Shedeur Sanders would necessarily light it up. He did in the first half, but after Fannin left the game, the offense was obviously much different. Judy is not being double-teamed by anyone. Some of the other men are not being double-teamed by anyone. As a result, defenses found it much simpler to target some of the team's tight ends and receivers. What a break, too. After losing June last week, Shedeur Sanders is in a difficult situation once more. However, he participated in the competition. Although it wasn't flawless, I felt the performance was good.
There's multiple times where you can see where he's throwing in a progression. I'm like, I love that throw. I like what he's looking like this. And Tony Romo talked about it. He said it very professional. He's playing the quarterback position at a decently high level at this point. But again, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be all roses, especially when you have Harold Fannin not being there. You have the running game is what it is. But complimentary football got the dub. We're going to take that.
I ain't even going to care. I ain't going to lie to y'all. We won. That's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing I care about. I know, like, we sit up here, we want to grade players and performances and things like that. Everybody on the Cleveland Browns did enough for us to walk away victorious with a dub over our rival. That is the only thing that matters. If we want to get into the minutia of everything else, that's cool. But on this Sunday, we beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the bottom line. This game is about winning. So.
And look, I couldn't echo that more because there is very few quarterbacks that I can think of. I've been here when Ben Roethlisberger and Aiden came in here and took over the stadium and beat us 30-0.
Yeah, I mean, and like on some real, like just 2-3 weeks ago, like Shedeur had phenomenal numbers, and we lost. And there was people talking about y'all parading around like we won a game.
Fact.
So like at the end of the day, we won the game, no matter what his numbers look like, anybody else's numbers look like. Yeah, like it was ugly in the second half. This is AFC North football. This is division rival, all that good stuff that come into it. Football, like it's played out in real time. And when you watch the games in real time, the games just have different moments to where it can swing either way. Collectively, this football team did enough to get a dub, and that's the only thing that matters.
I think if you look at it, for the most part, he had a horrendous. I think the interception he threw, I think he threw 2 of the worst places he's thrown since he's been a quarterback. The quarterback, the one that should have been a pick six, we got lucky on. And then the throw, I'm not going to accept that. That was on him. He shouldn't have threw that ball. He knows it. He'll accept it he'll probably accept it in the press conference.
He's probably already accepted it.
He's already accepted it. Coach Primeland accepted it. Tommy Reese accepted it. We all know. But let me get to this, though. First and foremost, they got the dub. I'll take that. The second thing is when I look at it, I saw a plethora of very nice throws. I saw some things in terms of still having mobility and with his legs. If you take away, he had 2 really bad throws, but in general, I saw a really nice throw to Cedric Tillman. I saw some throws in the first half to Jerry Jeudy. I saw the throw, obviously Harold Fannin Jr. did a really good job of adjusting to that football. And you take a look at the offensive line play. It was atrocious. We couldn't run the football, but when it's all said and done, he did make enough plays to get the win. And if you take those 2 throws, and I'm not even gonna say take them out because I'm accounting full stop for those throws. But I think that you can't discount the fact that he came out there, did enough to get a game to win against the Steelers. And I thought he did some nice things and mixed bag. But I think in general, we're gonna take that win. And I did see some positive steps. And he was at a point, we all looked at each other and was like, oh, he's cooking right now. Yeah. He's cooking right now. He was throwing on time until the interception came with the tip. But I thought in general, I'm gonna take the dub, and I thought he did some nice things in terms of getting the win and showing some progression.
Thus, there is simply no question about it. On a poor football club, Shedeur Sanders played like a rookie quarterback. That's how it should appear. You will experience both positive and negative moments. Regretfully, Shedeur's best plays, or at least the majority of them, occurred in the first half, while the majority of his bad plays occurred in the second. However, even Kevin Stefanski had to express some affection for Stefanski.
I felt Shedeur Sanders had a good day, just like Kevin Fancy. He gave a good performance. I'm aware that Tony Romo called out many of the throws that are said to be impossible to complete during a game. He claims that Shedeur Sanders is incapable of making several of those throws. In their 3rd, 4th, and 5th seasons, professional quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, Pro Bowl quarterbacks, and Hall of Fame quarterbacks all make those identical throws. It is irrelevant. There will be unpleasant days for all of them. They will all make poor throws. Everybody will have throws that they wish they could have back. These are a few advantages and disadvantages of having a quarterback with Shedeur Sanders' level of confidence. There is a learning curve when you enter the NFL, especially if you have the individual success that Shedeur Sanders had throughout his career, dating back to high school and college, and when you believe you can make every ball. Peyton Manning had to endure it. Even as a rookie, he continues to lead the league in interceptions thrown. Brett Favre had to endure it, because it's different. He was prone to interceptions throughout his entire career. The game moves at a different pace. The athlete is not the same. Thus, there is a period of adjustment. Additionally, I believe that Shedeur Sanders deserves some leeway when it comes to some of these throws that they advise against. But those are my opinions about it. As we normally do, let's try to continue that topic down below. As an aside, please have a look at my most recent community post if you haven't already. It's a post about me making a few minor changes for 2026. I'm considering expanding the channel with a few more items. There might be a few extensions, something for the women, something for the family, and a little something for everyone else in between. However, as I mentioned earlier, the content will remain the same. In order to do that, I will continue to provide you with everything you are used to, but I will be rebranding in 2026.